Jacksonville Center, good evening. American 317 Heavy with you, flight level 240.
American 317 Heavy, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Squawk 2611 and ident.
Flight 2611 and ident, American 317 Heavy.
And my approach, American 1215, chicken in 57310.
American 1215, Jacksonville Center, ident.
Jacksonville Center, mic check.
You've got one. It's called a mic. American 1215, radar contact about 50 miles south of the Orlando VOR. Descend be, actually, I'll get you descent instructions in just a second here. American 317, radar contact over Janes.
American 317.
American 1215, cross Bass at 1313,250 knots. Jacksonville, altimeter 3014.
Bass at 1313,000, American.
And Jacksonville Center, Cessna November 2328 Romeo with you at Jacksonville at the FBO, looking to pick up a VFR departure at 3,500 out to the south.
You said you're at Jacksonville, right?
Hey, firm.
I want you to look at your controller list and see if you can find someone that might be a little bit lower than the center controller that might control that field.
Sorry, 23 Romeo, what was that?
Look at your controller list and see if there's someone that might be a little bit lower than Jacksonville Center that might control that field.
Ah, thank you.
And American 1215, we have lost the engine, we have requested the right to our option to Tampa.
American 1215, you're going to have to disconnect. And do not squawk emergency, please.
Best any emergencies with you, or?
No, I said disconnect. No emergencies allowed on the network during an event. American 1215, second instruction, disconnect. If you're going to be having an emergency, you need to disconnect. I am not accepting or obliging any emergencies. People need to get some better engines.
Center, American 1446, passing 10.5 via the SID.
American 1446, Jacksonville Center. Good evening. Climb, maintain with 330.
Climb, maintain, 330, American 1446.
Jacksonville, American 2109 with you, 360.
American 2109, Jacksonville Center. Good evening.
Hello.
Bonjour. Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nate, what's up? People need to get some better engines on their planes. Checked in my airspace and had an engine problem. What a surprise. I'm like, no, we're not playing the divert game to Tampa tonight. Nope. You can disconnect. But we are starting on the... it wasn't even Airbus supremacy. It's like, this is something I've said many times. People are like, oh, we're being realistic. And I go, how realistic is it that every single time you connect, your freaking engine has a problem? I don't call that realistic. I call that annoyance. But we are starting off the day even rough. I got a wallop pending here. Got a 5 minutes into a 10-minute contact me. He literally came out of Palm Beach, so it's not like he's that far into the flight. So it is that time. Oh, he just decided to contact me. Seven, 6, 3, 4, and adent. The only time I've ever not done everything according to plan was when a center controller and another RTech put me on vectors and forgot about me. So I ran out of fuel on the short term.
Just a question. What is the reason there's no emergency practice?
Because Atlanta's hosting an event right now, and we are tier 2 to that event. I don't have time to deal with any emergencies. You get an emergency, you can do it offline. We're just not dealing with emergencies.
Roger, just calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. I'm just saying what it is. But if you've got a problem, you can feel free to call a supervisor. I will explain to him the situation.
No problem. I thought that even can help you in real life if you wanted to actually be actual agency, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's the right of the controller to say we're not doing super, and he decided to connect back in as with an emergency, so it's fine. We'll just have the supervisor handle it. It is, and that's what's killing me, Nate. It's like if you want to play this game, you know. It just calm down. It's like, dude, no, you don't understand. It's like people need to understand there's a purpose to this, and another reason why I stream and record it, because then people can see what people do. He literally got into my airspace and had an engine problem. What a surprise. I'd turn in those engines. Exactly.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 210 Heavy with you, flight level 320 for 330.
Delta 210 Heavy, Jacksonville Center, good evening, climbing, maintain level 330.
Climbing to 330, Delta 210 Heavy.
American 1368, contact Jacksonville Center, 127.87. See ya.
127.87 for Jack Center, American 1368. See ya. Jack Center, American 1368, we are on 127.87. Did you want me over on 135.92?
Yep, 135.92, that's what I meant to say.
All right, no problem. 35.92, see you at 1368.
Jacksonville Center, good day, Southwest 2267, leaving 12000, climbing via the 53.
Southwest 2267, Jacksonville Center, good evening, climb, maintain level 370.
Climb, maintain level 370, Southwest 2267.
Good music for holding tonight because it ain't nothing going on. This event is not the level I think that anyone had thought it was going to be at. It's quite a dead event. I'm sure Atlanta's got a lot of traffic, but us and Jax, we're sitting here quiet for another fake weather, fake plains day. Atlanta is a disaster. I mean, I don't like flying into their airspace either. I use American. Charlotte is my home. So, and I think it's a lot of people look at Atlanta as a shiny.
Center Delta 613 down in Savannah looking for IFR to Boston.
Delta 613, Jacksonville Center, you cleared the Boston Logan International Airport. Radar vectors J. Ross that is filed. Maintain 3000. Expect flight level 370. 10 minutes after departure. Departures with me. Squawk 3040.
All right, 613 copies all 3000. National flight level 10. Departure with you 3040 in the box.
Delta 613, read back correct. Bush Stars discretion. Contact me for taxi. Expect 28 for departure. Savannah Actually, yep. Expect 28 for departure. Savannah Altimeter's 3011.
28, and we'll give you a call here shortly.
The Jax airspace right now is an east-west split, and I will show you on our IDS right now. We have it labeled. There it is. This is my airspace. This is his airspace. So we are definitely split east-west. It's a nice little split. You can see even Atlanta doesn't have a lot of traffic going into it from us, so a couple coming out, but that's to be expected. So, yep, it is an east-west split. It is a nice east-west split and a quiet east-west split. We do have an ultralow that might even be coming online soon. Yeah, Atlanta, the Chicago one was I wanted to cry. I looked at that and went, I'm glad I'm not doing that one. That would be bad. Very, very, very bad. So it's all good though. They chose to have a craziness. It's at their discretion. Cool. I'm glad it was a good event. Private Pilot 0420, first time here. Are you an actual ATC for VATSIM out of the KAJAX? I am a Jacksonville controller, yes. Not in the real world, but on VATSIM, yes. And it's funny that American 1215, I told him no emergencies, still doing the emergency thing over Tampa. Maybe I should take some VATSIM lessons. Well, there's a great way you can do that, Private Pilot 042, 0420. If you go to this Discord link. Check it out. There's a lot of new trainings. They're 1-minute trainings. They'll work out perfectly for you. Then you don't feel so bad. And it gives you tips. They're always the tips of the trade. It helps out really good. I'm actually working on something similar to a Moodle course on, I call it Introduction to VATSIM, which will be kind of an easy way to kind of learn in a kind of college course kind of way, but not over-restrictive college course kind of way, how to do this stuff. So that you have, when you go into the network, you have the basic understandings. We'll make a basic course, and then maybe advanced course or little courses that you can take that are a little bit of everything to get better at learning how to do this. So something I'm working on, something in the future is going to be that, it's like I said, it's going to be like a Moodle kind of thing where I have a website now that I'm kind of tweaking on, but kind of give you a coursework kind of thing so that you can kind of feel like you accomplished something and give a better training. You know, we'll have an IFR training, we'll have a VFR training, but it's all tailored more towards what we do. You know, people don't fly a lot of Cessnas. If you look at my scope right now, I can go down it. Let's see. The Delta here is flying an A321. The America's flying an A321, Boeing 73 MAX, A306, Boeing 7379, and a Boeing 789. So having something that tailors the training towards what you're actually going to do, I think makes it better. You know, one of the gripes I have with the VATSIM training courses is that they focus on earning your private pilot's license and getting that and doing everything on a Cessna 172 or something of that nature. And I'm going, that's not what people want to do on the neck. They want to get into that plane. They want to get into something big. The other thing I'm going to be working on is kind of, I'm going to call it like a type rating course. I'm working with some real-world pilots on this to teach basics of an aircraft. You know, that it's not going to be something that you have to spend 14 hours watching a video, but more of like a class that you can kind of do it at your own pace and learn. So a lot of additives coming to fake weather, fake planes, just to make it so that's a lot better, a lot more learning. We can have these, quote, type ratings on planes that you're going to fly. Again, you may fly a Cessna 172, but a majority of people are not. So if we can have something based on a majority of the Boeings, a majority of the Airbuses, I think it will be very, very helpful to everybody. So it is in the works.
Center, Virgin 9341, climbing 16,000.
Virgin 9341, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climbing tape over 350, that'll be cap of your climb.
Climb, maintain flight level 350, that'll be our top, Virgin 9341.
So, stuff to come. I'm keeping the Discord courses going. We're going to add some stuff in starting next week. We're going to talk about the descent into, but as I said, that stuff's going to probably move into this Moodle type thing. And I think it will be very beneficial to everybody. And we're going to get rid of the Delta over to the other center. And we're going to pick up a Daytona arrival. Let's see what Daytona's up to tonight. 0906. Should be a nice night in Daytona. Let's look at the weather. Daytona weather. 0906, 10 statute miles ability, fuel clouds at 25,000. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful night for VMC conditions. And they are on the Thor 3 arrival. Because we have to have everything Marvel-based in our airspace now, you know? I'm on MC on a Daytona again. It's a nice night. I mean, the weather is definitely not bad at all in any of this airspace tonight. I haven't seen anything that's crazy. Winds are still a little bit up, not too bad. Myrtle Beach 290 at 9, gust to 17. But clear skies. Few clouds at 25,000. Few clouds at 25,000. Few clouds at 25,000. Clear, clear. Few clouds at 25,000. Clear and clear. So
Jackson Air Delta 613, right taxi.
it's just a beautiful night. Delta, excuse me as I choke over here. Delta 613, are you facing Foxtrot?
Great question, hang on.
It looks like you are. I just want to make sure you're heading that direction.
That's Roger.
Roger, you can taxi to runway 28, taxi via Foxtrot Echo, cross runway 19.
Foxtrot Echo, and then we'll cross 19, thanks.
And for those joining the stream, welcome to Fake Weather, Fake Planes. I'm Mike from Fake Weather, Fake Planes. Make sure to press that follow button, get notifications when we are online, and if you can, subscribe. Yeah. The standard split.
Jack Center Delta 2091 descending out of flight level 260 for flight level 240.
Thanks, Nate. Okie dokie. Delta 2091 Jacksonville Center, good evening. Delta 2091 cross bikes at 1212, excuse me, cross Thor at 12,000. Daytona altimeter is a number. It is 3017.
Cross bikes at 12,000 and 3017 for Delta 2091.
It's going to be Thor at 12. Sorry, they updated it, so it's now Thor. It's one earlier.
Thor at 12, Delta 2091.
If only I could talk that fast. Practice. Practice makes perfect. So one of the things I highly recommend, and you might get made fun of. It's okay. That's why we're all, vat simmers. Is practice saying these things to you. Practice giving a clearance. It doesn't hurt. If you say to if you're at home and you go, give a clearance to something, practice saying it over and over and over again. Virgin 9341, always got to stop by Jax when I see you're online. Also, what'd you know? I said the altitude right. You did. I was so proud of you. It's going to be
Center American 2109.
Go ahead.
I can go off frequency for a couple minutes.
Yeah, yep. Give me a call when you're back.
All right, thank you.
So, you got everything right. Should be a good night. Atlanta hosting their event. I don't know how many hours are into this. I think they started 8 o'clock this morning, and I went, okay, best of luck with that. But they are into their full force of their event and doing as well as they can. I think I'm going to put the hat on. 26 departures pending. Only 26? Ah, come on. That's like an hour and a half. They got to boost those numbers up. If you're wondering about the hat that I'm wearing, this is the Fake Weather, Fake Planes camouflage hat found in our merchandise. It is one of my favorites. If you haven't visited the merch site, well, if the bot won't actually pull up the site, there it goes. Feel free to go visit it. go see what we got. You can get this hat. This is my favorite hat. It's not cheap hat either. This is not like sticker. This is, they stenched it on. They did a really good job on this. It is really a great hat. Check it out at our Fake Weather, Fake Planes merchandise at streamlabs.com. Fake Weather, Fake Planes /merch. Got a few planes in the airspace. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus a couple coming in, so nothing too crazy. We talked about, and we already had the situation of the emergency situation, and it is as clear as day in the VATSIM Code of Conduct. If you have an emergency, the controller can say discontinue that emergency. You absolutely immediately need to discontinue that emergency or disconnect. It is at the controller's discretion, no matter what. You might want to have emergencies that you can have, 1,200 different things going wrong and an engine failing all the time or it's falling off. Great. I will tell you, I do not simulate emergencies even when non-events. The reason why is I don't want to favoritism anyone. One of the things that we are not allowed to do is give favoritism to anyone. And you saying you have an emergency is me giving you favoritism. No. Get an emergency. You can have an emergency all you want. Do it offline.
And Center America 2109 is back up.
Welcome back. And as I told a lot of people from the start stream, we're going to be starting to build some, I'm going to call them courses. I'm not really sure how I'm going to label them. But there's going to be various things. One is going to be called the Intro to IFR VATSIM. And it's going to be basic stuff, similar to the Discord stuff we're doing right now. But you kind of get rewarded at the end of it. It will test you so that we can retain knowledge. But it's, that reward at the end of, hey, I got through this course, I understand this, and I practice it. It's going to be some stuff in there that's going to be a little bit more in-depth than what we're doing. A little bit more, but not a lot. I want it to be something that you can achieve getting through it within easily a day, if not just an hour. And be able to feel confident to go onto the network and fly. The other thing we're going to work on, we're going to do IFR, VFR. Military, we're not sure about yet. We're also going to do... What's up? You're funny.
That's American 2365, 370 for 380.
American 2365, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Good evening.
So, we're going to...
And 613's ready to go to 8 Savannah.
Delta 613, upon departure, fly runway heading, the wind 280 at 9, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, I got the weather, thank you, sir.
We're also going to add in these courses that I'm going to call type ratings, but they're going to be basic. It's not going to be me going, how do we program this stupid thing in the FMC? More of just basic usage of the aircraft. And we're going to do it not based on like a C-172, because that's not what a majority of people are going to fly on the network, but more based off of a 737, an A320, 717, 727s, A330s, which is like the A320 anyways. But to give you kind of a type rating of simple things. And it will teach you how to program a hold, how to turn that FMC knob, and kind of test you on it. So there's going to be stuff I'm working on. It's going to give you, quote, a type rating at the end of it so that you feel a bit more confident about what you're doing on the network. So things to come. Delta 2091, expect the visual approach 7 left.
Expect the visual 7 left, Delta 2091.
Jacksonville Center, good evening, Transat 67 with you, flight level 360.
Transat 67, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Squawk 6643 and ident. Transat 67, radar contact south of the Orlando VOR at flight level 360. Good evening.
Hello.
Keep trying to hand off to myself as 66. I'm so weird being on the east side versus the west side. I always say wait for the ping. So the question was from Nate, when you're opening a center that was previously uncontrolled, do you prefer pilots to check in immediately or wait for a ping? I always say this. Wait for the ping.
Warren past 3,000.
Delta 613 radar contact, climb maintain level 370, turn right direct J Ross, proceed on course.
All right, 370 on course, J Ross.
Salty as butter, welcome back. So the question again was, do you wait for the ping or do you check in with them? So the way I would say it is wait for the ping. If you don't get a ping within 5 minutes and you're still in their airspace, then give them a call and tell them where you're at. That's the easiest way to do it. If you remember, if they have been
Jacksonville
online,
Center, hello, Learjet 1 Sierra Charlie 14500, climbing via the Genie 3.
Learjet 1 Sierra Charlie, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb maintain level 350, that'd be the top of your climb. Hey, Matt Arcade.
Rats, I really wanted to get it over 400. Okay, climb maintain flight level 3501, Sierra Charlie.
Sorry, blame Atlanta. They have an LOA with us.
I fully understand, thank you.
Virgin 9341, contact Jacksonville Center, 127.87. I am Matt, doing good. Virgin 9341, contact Jack Center on 135.92. Gave my own
135.92, Virgin 9341. Sorry, I had my key on bind. See ya.
All good. Give my own frequency again. So now remember, it is your responsibility as the pilot to check in. That's why I say wait 5 minutes. Now, if they were online the whole time, make sure to use your resources. VATSPY is a good resource. I'm about to open it up. Because if I'm flying and I'm going to choose a plane that might be close to my border, I'll just say I was controlling everything, and I'm Walker 3764, I know that I need to start contacting Jacksonville, which one it might be, way before you cross this border. Remember, you're asking for permission to go into that airspace. So that's why. So,
Jacksonville Transat 67, can I step away for 10 minutes?
Make it a very quick 10 minutes because you're holding borders.
I'll do as best I can. Transat 67. I'll call you back.
Thanks. I need your color scheme for VATSPY. Honestly, I think I just did the traditional color scheme. I don't think I did anything. The only thing I highlight is the Orlando. The ones that are highlighted here are Orlando. So it's just the traditional color scheme for VATSPY. Dun, dun, dun. Tampa to Houston, that's a nice one. I like that one. It's okay, Matt. We won't count it. Nate, I'm telling you, Daytona
Jack Center,
MCL,
Delta
great route.
2729, 11,000, climbing 16,000.
Oh, that's awesome. Delta 2729, Jacksonville Center. Good evening, climb, maintain level 370.
Climb, maintain, flight level 370. Good evening, Delta 2729.
Delta 2091, descend and maintain 7,000.
Center, maintain 7,000, Delta 2091.
American 2109, leaving my airspace to south. Miami hasn't been online for the last couple days. Radar services are terminated. Frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122. Have a safe flight.
All right, thanks. Have a good night. American 2109.
They were, they've been doing these 30-minute things. I'm like, For those joining us on Fake Weather, Fake Planes, welcome. I'm Mike from Fake Weather, Fake Planes. You're listening to the craziness of this channel.
Central Center.
That is right. Welcome to Fake Weather, Fake Planes. Another Jack Center fun night controlling the fake weather and the fake planes. Well, not controlling the fake weather, really, just the fake planes.
Good evening, Jacksonville Center. Flight 672 is with you at flight level 320, 1 mile from waypoint James.
United 672, Jacksonville Center. Good evening. Squawk 1012. Radar contact as reported. I like my intro. That was a fun one. The weather and the planes. Long story short, I was accused of sending someone through fake weather because it might hurt their airplane. Delta American 1446, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Descend and maintain 240, American 1446.
Not seeing a Charlotte ATIS online. Let's see. They have it. They are landing north. Interesting. American 1446 descend via the stock car 3 arrival. Charlotte landing to the north. Charlotte altimeter 3005.
Descend via the stock car 3, Charlotte landing north, American 1446.
I think it's when I fly on intercom and have the arrival and transition, my flight plan, and then controller comes online. The plane is following what is in the MCU to the runway. Then they are like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like following into the runway, even though I was told to descend and get altimeter. Yep. Yes, it is from the Air Force Proud video a few years ago where I told a plane in the midst of an event who asked for diversion that the fake weather wasn't going to hurt his fake planes. Delta 2091, turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 3,000.
260, descend and maintain 3,000, Delta 2091.
That was me. That was my infamous. That's where fake weather, fake planes come from. Delta 210 leaving my airspace to the south. To the east. New York Oceanic is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Monitor advisor 122. Have a safe flight.
Over to Unicom. Delta 210. Have a great night.
See ya. Yep, that was one of my more prouder moments. I think he also has on there when I lit up the VFR guy at Myrtle Beach asking for a VFR clearance. If you've flown VFR, you know that does not exist at a Class Charlie airspace. But he was pretty pretty pushing for that VFR clearance that he thought he knew. So, yep, that one is. Air Force, Air Force Proud does a good job. He's, I don't get anything from him. I don't even know if he follows me, but.
November 22, Mike Papa, followable 260, climbing followable 290.
November 22, Mike Papa, Jacksonville Center. Good evening. He's a great one to follow. If you're looking for fun pilots to follow, if you search YouTube, look up for Big Earn. He's a Southwest Airlines pilot. He's really good. If you're flying a Boeing, follow him. He does an unbelievable job explaining the planes, how they work, and all that stuff. So he's the one to follow. Trying to figure out where their website is not updating. That's okay. Not my problem. For those joining us on Fake Weather Fake Planes, I'm Mike from Fake Weather Fakes Planes. Yeah, there's a lot of one for Airbus too. I watch Big Earn. He's a really good guy. He's been going through some struggles, so he's a really good one. Delta 2019, turn left heading 180, descend maintain 2000.
180 down to 2000, Delta 2091.
I think he's going up into this. So that's going to be 32. T32. American 317, contact Atlanta Center on 125.62. See ya. American 317, contact Atlanta Center on 125.62. See ya.
Over Atlanta Center, and say again the frequency for American 317.
Yeah, no problem. 125.62.
2562, American 317. Have a good evening.
You too.
Trans 67, we're back.
Delta 2091, turn left heading 070. The field will be at your 12 o'clock. Report in sight.
Left heading 070, report field in sight, Delta 2091.
And center, Transat 67, we're back.
Thank you.
Field in sight, Delta 2091.
Delta 2091, clear visual approach 7 left. The wind at Daytona is 090 at 6, runway 7 left, clear to land.
All right, clear the visual, runway 7 left, clear to land, Delta 2091.
Fly by wire, the A320. I fly that thing, and I have the Latin VFR mods for the 319 and the 321. Highly recommend them. I know they're not updating them anymore. Boo. Highly recommend getting those mods, getting the Latin VFR. So you got 319 and 321 until Phoenix decides to get their butt in gear and give me a 319. That is the best. I love their stuff. They did a good job on it. Is it perfect? No, but it's workable, and that's all I care about. 815Q, yeah. I use it today. We went from where did we go? We went Nashville to Tulsa. Joint AVA went our Saturday event. Nashville to Tulsa. And I used the A321 Neo with the Latin VFR mod on it. It just works so good. The Phoenix can be temperamental. That's the issue with the Phoenix. It's like It's got some, it's a great product, and they've done a really good job. It's just temperamental. Yeah, it's like I said, really temperamental. You got to change the ground handling. You got to make sure your rudder pedals are perfect and everything, and just not what a lot of us want to deal with. November 1 Sierra Charlie, contact Jack Center 135.92. See ya.
13592. Thanks for the ATC. 1 Sierra Charlie.
United 672 to send me the stock car 30 arrival. Charlotte landing to the north. Charlotte altimeter is 3005.
Descend via the stock car arrival, and the altimeter is 3005. I believe 360 or 672.
Transat 67, contact Jacksonville Center 135.92. See ya.
135.925. Transat 67. Have a good night.
You too. We're shifting planes over real quick here. As I've said from the start, we are controlling the east side, normally not my biggest one. I'm usually on the west side, but we're controlling the east side, so I'm controlling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares right here. These 6 squares, that's it. American 2365, contact Jacksonville Center 135.925. See ya.
35 and 95. See ya. 2365.
November 22 Mike Papa, descend and maintain for level 240.
Level 240, November 22.
Jacksonville Center, United 672 is a question.
Go ahead.
What transition can we expect with the stock car 3 arrival?
Charlotte landing to the north.
Will do, thank you.
Delta 2091, welcome to Daytona. Left turn on to Whiskey. Taxi the ramp via Whiskey Alpha. Have a great night.
Whiskey Alpha to the ramp, Delta 2091. Thanks for your ATC. See ya.
Gotta watch a possible Class Charlie violator here. We got one maybe going to Daytona. We'll find out. Another one of our classes that we'll have in the future is about that Class Charlie, knowing what you need to get into it. I got a phone number for him, yup. Well, he's 10 miles away, so I can't say boo-hoo to him yet. But I also want to look, what is the altitude in there? What is the Class Charlie in there? I think it's 4,000. But I want to double check before I make an oops of myself and feel dumb. Because I would do that. It is surface to 4,000. So, and the outer ring, yep, surface to 4,000. Outer ring is 1,200 to 4,000. So, the minute he crosses about 10 miles.
Jacksonville Center, American 319 with you, just passing James.
American 319, Jacksonville Center, radar contact as reported. Ooh, it is gusty in Myrtle. It just got up to 290 at 9 gusts to 17. Makes me want to see what they're doing in the real world. That one doesn't have a deed ATIS, so we have to look at flightaware.com and see what the most recent arrival did. Myrtle. Flightaware.com. The way to find out what the real world's doing. Let's look at the departure, Blue Streak 5154 that just came off the field. They are north today, so fun stuff. November 22 Mike Pop, expect the visual, approach runway 36.
We'll expect the visual runway 36, 22 Mike Pop.
Almost there. He's about 5 miles from entering into that Class Charlie airspace. And that's Nate brought it up. If I'm going to be on VATSIM, I'm going to be IFR. I get lonely in flight sim. That's the whole reason I'm on VATSIM. I want someone to talk to. And that's why I kind of, I understand people want to fly VFR to look at scenery. Cool. Flying VFR and VATSIM, you're not really, you might add one aircraft. Okay, you get a clearance. Okay, I mean, to each their own. I kind of go, it's kind of boring to me. I can look at scenery offline. I don't know. just my personal opinion. Some people like it. Some people go and say, "Oh, I want to watch, the stuff offline." Okay, feel free. There is a new AI ATC product out for that. There is. I don't remember its name off the top of my head, but I know it got released today or this week or last week or something like that. But it seems interesting to me when people say, "Oh yeah, I'm flying VMC or VFR on the network," and I'm going, "Why?" What do you want to talk to tower and then ignore them and then ignore everybody else after that? Flight following, okay, not really doing much, but okay.
Jacksonville Center, American 319.
Go ahead.
Can I step away from the cockpit for about 5 minutes for a bio break here?
Feel free.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see we're going to look at which way we are handing off for DC, because they do have 2 online right now. I don't see anything. DC, no.
Jacksonville Center, Spirit Wings 2119 with you at flight level 370. Just passing over Bitho, 2119.
Spirit Wings 2019, that's Bitho. Radar contact, maintain flight level 370.
Maintain 370, 2119.
Bitho.
What did he call it?
I don't know. Looks like that plane's going to go underneath the Class Charlie airspace, so he might be following us in the channel. That'd be kind of fun. November 22, Mike Papa, descend and maintain 11,000. Myrtle Beach altimeter is 3006. I'm not making fun of you. I didn't say anything. Bitho. B-T-H-I-O or something like that. Bitho. Ba-wa-wa-wa. Got one going to the north. I think he's getting T32, I believe, right? Where's he? Yeah, that's going to be T32 that direction. And we have a Charlotte approach online, I believe. Yep, he is there. E1 Whiskey. Got to hand off 2 here quickly. Southwest 2267, contact Atlanta Center 125.62. See ya.
Atlanta 125.62, Southwest 2267. See ya.
Just answering some questions here from a couple different controllers. The IDS is online, so I can give him the IDS. What's a TMU? Traffic Management Controller. He's something that controls the traffic just in case, and if we need to make things in there to figure out ways to make things easier, he's the one that's worrying about it, so I don't have to worry about it. Delta 613, contact Washington Center 126.87. See ya.
2687, copy, see ya.
We lost our Myrtle Beach arrival. Aww. Bye-bye, Myrtle Beach. The Daytona arrival is about to hit that lovely airspace, so he's getting to contact me.
Jack Center, American 319, checking back in.
American 319, welcome back. Waiting on a handoff from Charlotte.
Jacksonville Center, Cessna November 232 Romeo, going to be with you about 5 miles north of Daytona Beach.
2328 Romeo, Jacksonville Center, good evening, squawk 1005.
1005, and we're just going to do a couple circles here so we can get everything set up.
Okay. November 2328 Romeo, radar contact just north of the Daytona Airport, at 5 miles north of the airport. Good evening.
232 Romeo, we're actually going to be inbound for Daytona Beach, full stop.
Roger. Do you have the field?
Stand by.
American 1446, contact Charlotte approach on 120.5. See you.
20.5, over to approach, we'll see American 1446.
Impact in
Sure,
air.
Romeo, field in sight.
That sucks. November 2328 Romeo, enter a left downwind for runway 7 left.
Left downwind for 7 left here at Romeo.
It's okay. It happens. Just watch out for the flying saucers. They happen. Looks like we're gaining the low sector. 15 coming up online. So it's going to make my life very, very much easier. Bit-ho. Bit-ho. I mean, this is the
Jacksonville Center, good evening. November 12905 Bravo is on the ground in Leesville, requesting VFR clearance, departure to the south with 3,500 altitude.
Roger, you're at Leesville, KLEE.
Roger that, KLEE.
Give a call to Orlando, approach 124.8.
We'll call Orlando, approach 1295 Bravo.
If there was only a way to know that one. You all know this.
Jacksonville, Center, this is JetBlue 897 with you at flight level 360.
JetBlue 897, Jacksonville Center, don't have you on my frequency. Oh, there you are. 88897, ident for me, please.
Ident 88897.
JetBlue 897 radar contact about 50 miles to the east of the Orlando VOR. Descend and maintain flight level 350.
Descend and maintain flight level 350, JetBlue 897.
November 2328 Romeo, you do know we are 7 lefting, not 25 righting.
Yep, that's my apologies to it, Romeo.
No problem. The town of Pitio, east of Orlando. It's on OTB, and if you don't know what OTB is, don't look it up, children. Stay away from OTB. Getting pretty polluted in this airspace right here that is not controlled by me, but you notice that 30 has nothing else to do. He's got one plane there, so the pollution is not too bad. I would say ADA, FDAA, take your time. Delivery can be complicated. It sounds like it's not, but it can be very, very complicated. Certain squawks and like, the other thing to remember is all the VATSIM exams are open book. So feel free to use das Google. Google can become your friend. November 2328 Romeo, the wind at Daytona, calm, runway 7 left, clear for the full stop.
Runway 7 left, clear for a full stop. Here, Romeo, is it possible we could actually do some touch and goes here?
Clear for the touch go, make left close traffic.
Left close traffic, through Romeo.
Thank you for the follow. For those who are frequencers of the stream, we hit 250 followers last night. Thank you all. That was great. Means a lot to me. For those who follow it, it shows how important it is that we are looking for some good stuff here. And 28 Romeo, how many touch and goes are you going to do?
Sorry, what was that?
How many touch and goes are you going to do just so I don't have to clear you every single time?
Probably about 5.
Roger, clear for the 5 touch and goes. If I need to have you stop, I'll give you a heads up.
Roger.
This way I don't have to keep saying it over and over again. But it does mean a lot to me that it shows that this is really needed, that we needed a better way to communicate. And this is one way we can do it. And showing people what we do. Some people know Jamshed used to, up in Boston, stream. My hope is to make something similar, that he can do it, you know. With the clearance delivery stuff, take your time. And remember, it's open book. Google search is not a problem. Feel free to Google. I always say use your resources. Bravo Echo. And November 2328 Romeo, once you're airborne, give a call to Jack's Center 133.32. He just came up with he's carrying the low sectors.
Roger, 2 Romeo.
Jacksonville Center, I just want to make sure before I start my descent here in a couple of minutes for United 672, it's descent at pilot's discretion.
It's at pilot's discretion, but I'm going to hold your descent to 240 just like I got a low sector that came on. So descend at pilot's discretion 240.
Will do. Descend to flight level 240 at pilot's discretion 672.
If you join Jack's facility, that'd be awesome. Training here at Jack's is a fun training. I'm going to sign out of my secondary display here because I'm offline for that one. Also going to go into that IDS and make sure we update with the low split. So no one can say we didn't tell everybody.
Jacksonville Center, good evening. Delta 1295, 5 miles south of Orlando, flight level 300.
Delta 1295, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Radar contact as reported. Descend and maintain flight level 290.
Descend and maintain flight level 290,
Delta
1295.
It has been a good weekend. For those who flew into the Chicago event, I'm glad you made it out safely. Or at least tried to make it out safely. I'm not sure if it actually happened. Just updating some center splits here so that everybody knows which way we are going.
Jackson Center, good evening. United 221, flight level 340.
United 221, Jacksonville Center, good evening. A lot of splits to get to here. There's a lot of lower level splits that are under Jax 15's control. And then I will send out a message blanket wide saying IDS updated. How I do delivery, or is that not? I wish I could do it. I don't have any traffic, and I'm covering only the high sector, so I can't really do delivery, but I can kind of simulate it for the best of it here. Give me 1 second. So I'm only covering high sectors right now. I'm covering 240 and above. I have a controller below me. But we'll use, who did he come out of? Yeah, let's do, to try to find someone I can use. That guy is not going out of, let's see. Nope. Just trying to find a good aircraft. United 672, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya. United 672 to contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
32, thanks for the ATC. See ya.
Well, so we'll use the Delta 2729. He came out of Orlando. So, for IFR clearance, you are cleared to destination, DC. Always say airport, because if you say just DCA, what is it going to? A fix. That'll come later on in clearance in center controlling. So cleared to DC via the Faith 3 departure, VIAP transition, then as filed, because we didn't change anything here. Now the initial altitude for this SID is actually climb via SID, or it could be 7,000, depending what you do. So it's climb via SID. Expect flight level 370, 10 minutes after departure. Departures, whoever the departure controller is, if it was just me, it'd be me. And then squawk 3003. That's IFR clearance right there. Now, VFR, 3 different possibilities. Class Delta airspace, nothing. Not a thing. Here you go. Taxi to the runway. Class Charlie airspace. What's the rules of Class Charlie? 2-way communication, mode C transponder. So literally you're going to say, maintain VFR.
Jack Center Riddle 405.
Go ahead.
Are you covering Ocala, or would it be Jacksonville approach?
That would be Jacksonville approach.
Thank you.
So, Class Charlie airspace, got to have the 2-way communication and a squawk code. Maintain VFR at below 3,000, departures on whatever frequency, squawk this. Okay. Class Bravo airspace. Need explicit clearance to get out of it. Okay. Delta 419 goes to 30. So the only difference, so now we got to go back to craft. Remember, craft is your best way to handle things. CRAFT. So, cleared out of or into the Orlando Class Bravo. There's no R, there's no route on VFR. Maintain VFR at or below whatever frequency and transponder. So I hope that gives you an idea of what is going on there. American 319, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Down to 240. Thanks for that, American 319.
The big thing to remember with clearance delivery level, as I said, craft, clearance, route, altitude, frequency, transponder. This goes for pilots too. Cleared, where you're going. Route, how you're getting there. Altitude, what's your initial, and then altitude later. Frequency, departing, transponder. If you can memorize craft, you're perfect. So with VFR, it's the 500s. So remember, Sweden, southwest even, NEOD, southwest NEOD. So if they were going northeast, they would need to be at 3,500, 5,500, 7,500, 9,500. Underneath 3,000, they don't need that. And the squawk codes, it's usually the same as the IFR ones. There's some facilities that have them differently, but most facilities have them just as the IFR ones. Oh, Nate, that's why I recommend, and I say this when I fly, I put Navigraph on my phone. It's just easier. You don't want to have to worry about it. You know, I keep it on my phone or I keep it on a tablet. Hey, that's all that matters. As long as it worked. Gonna send a message out to the crowds here and remind people. I think I can do that. Yeah, it's been about 30 minutes. Not about the IDS. That would be dumb. I don't think anybody cares about the IDS, except for the controllers. JetBlue 897, contact Jacksonville Center 135.92. See ya.
Contact Jacksonville Center 135.92. See ya.
It's like, who could have known? I don't know. Seems like an odd fact to have that be out of date and not working correctly. Shocks. Oh, boy. This is a good time to remind people about what's coming up at the end of the month.
Home to ZJX's busiest Class Bravo. Now, home to Orlando Overload.
Contact departure 124.8.
The virtual Jacksonville Artec's most immersive event.
Climb maintain 7,000. Climb maintain 7,000.
Dozens of virtual controllers coming together for the ultimate experience.
Cleared ILS approach runway 35 right.
Cleared ILS 35 right.
Orlando Overload, live from NCO. April 27th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome to Orlando.
That's right. Welcome to Orlando for Orlando
Jacksonville
Overload.
Center, hello, Erie 385, 50400.
Erie 385, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Orlando Overload coming up at the end of the month. Mark your calendars, get ready. Gonna be an absolutely fun event. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to hear you. You heard Eiler in there, you heard Damien, you heard my voice, you heard a bunch of other people. There's gonna be right now, I think there's 26 controllers going. 26 that are going to be live in Orlando and controlling like crazy. It will be an absolutely fun event with a lot of strips being thrown at each other. I will tell you, some of us have been hanging around with each other for a very long time, so to be able to do this with them live in person, it makes it even more fun. We did a little bit when Houston had FS Expo. We're going to continue on with that party. Hey, you can fly around. We're there for 4 hours, 7 to 11. Bring your planes, bring your landing gear. Yep. Bring landing gear, bring all the things that you need to be able to properly do this thing. American 319, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
Over to Jack Center, American 319.
On 133.32.
One 3332. American 319. Thanks for that.
Got a couple quick handoffs here. People going to Atlanta. Delta 1295, contact Jacksonville Center 135.92. See ya.
135.92 for Delta 1295. See ya.
And we're going to take a quick 2-minute break because Mother Nature has called. I will be right back, everybody. All aircraft on frequency, Jacksonville Center is back. And for us in the stream, I'm back. Mother Nature has been taken care of. Delta 2729, contact Washington Center 126.87. See ya.
12687, Delta 2729.
Down to 3 aircraft in our airspace. One going to Daytona, one going to Detroit, one going to Miami. So, perfect time if you got questions. I got time to answer them. Awesome, Nick. See you in the air. The saltiest butter, here's the thing. You're still trying. That's all that matters. You're still trying to do this thing. And we're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes as a pilot. I make mistakes as a controller. We still continue to do this thing. We still continue to control. We still continue to fly it. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes this network the best it can be. Is we continue to do it. No matter how much we make oopses. And sometimes we make some big oopses. Look at SimAware and see if we got that fixed now, I think. SimAware.ca should show us on their streamer list. Let's look. Let's do it together. Streamer list. There it is. Jack66. Online right now. 757 Spy going from New Orleans to Houston. Not a bad flight. Sim Caesar, Orlando to Atlanta. That was 1 Sierra Charlie. Boozy Sheep. Delta 3151 going Richmond to Atlanta. Not a bad flight. STW-22 Louisville approach. Good for them. And, of course, yours truly, Fake Weather, Fake Planes at Jack 66. Be the best you can be. Or at least fake it. Oh, boy. Move this over to the other side so we can reference if I need to. Not much I need to reference. Luckily, things here are calming down nicely. We did find a new issue in Orlando, actually. It was something that we fixed recently. So those of you who fly out of Orlando may have never noticed that there is this document, the RNAV Departure AAUP, Attention All Users page. It gives that RNAV to fax. Do not delete the ATC issue RNAV SID from the active FMS, blah, 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 blah. But the biggest thing is the departures. We've always been giving faith off of the west. It's actually faith should go off of the east runways. They should be 17 right or 35 left. Red Sox Osprey Fission should be on the west only. So next time you fly to Orlando, gonna be some change. Or fly out of Orlando, there could be some little changes you might have noticed. Some little things, nothing big. Traffic loading in Atlanta looks pretty busy. There it is. There's the VAT Spy. It looks pretty good spread out. They do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centers online. Atlanta has 5 Tracons. Charlotte 1, and I got the Tower. So, good amount of traffic in that airspace. But something you'll notice a little bit different about Atlanta versus us. Okay, there's 1 Morgantown, 1 Augusta, 1 Knoxville. And there's an ATIS up for a couple other ones. You don't see a lot of the other satellite fields used. Let's look at Jax. Tallahassee 1, Savannah 1, Charleston 2, Columbia 1, Myrtle Beach 1, Daytona 1, Sanford nothing, Executive 1. So a lot of people use other areas in our airspace versus Atlanta. So I always tell people, check out some of the other airspaces in people's airspaces. To give you an idea, there is a little option in in VetSpy. Look at all the other fields in Atlanta's airspace. There's a ton of them. Greenville Municipal, Moore Morrell, Knoxville Downtown. Let's see. I'm going to choose ones that I know that are GAD, KGAD. So check out some of the other fields in that airspace. And again, there's a little button right here. It says Show Inactive Airports. Check them out. I mean, Orlando has Jax has a ton of them too.
Hello. Correction. American 1556, 28 miles north of Idols.
American 1556, Jacksonville Center, good evening. For those joining us on the stream, welcome to another version of Fake Weather, Fake Planes. I am Mike from Fake Weather, Fake Planes. Make sure to press that follow button, get notifications when we do this stuff. And if you can, press the subscribe. Yesterday night, we hit the 250 follower marker. I was so happy about that. Thank you all for being a part of this crazy thing we call Fake Weather, Fake Planes. 250 followers. That was really just, I couldn't believe it. I was really happy about that. So that shows that we are passing the word. People know about Fake Weather, Fake Planes. The more we get the word out there, the more that we get a better network. Daytona winds are calm. It's boring. Everything is boring in the airspace right now. I'm going to move my little... This is the weather map. Or weather, I should say the METAR map. Right here. I'm going to do my best Vanna White. Camera's backwards. There we go. That's this here. You know, you see Charleston 240 at 6, Savannah 260 at 4, Tallahassee 290 at 4. So it's pretty calm with the winds. But the biggest thing is look at all the clears. The only one that's not clear, Orlando and Jax. And it's few clouds at 25,000, which is nearly clear. So it is a beautiful night to fly into the airspace. All that gusty weather is gone. All that craziness is gone. We're back to being a quiet, calm, cool, collected airspace again. And that command does work for anyone. If you want to figure out the METAR to an airport, if you do, !METAR, and I'm going to type in my home airport, KBDL, Bradley International. 270-11, 10 statute miles busy, a few clouds at 2,700, broken at 4,600, broken at 6,500, broken at 13,000. Little chilly outside. And altimeter 2968. So, feel free to use that command. Looks like we'll be getting rid of one. What fake planes do you like to fly? I am an Airbus fan. One, because I set it and forget it. Two, I'm a Boeing fan. I fly the Boeing 737, 8s, 9s, and 7s. I use the Thrustmaster Airbus stuff, the Airbus Quadrant and all that extra stuff, plus the side stick. One of my goals, and you all can help me out with this, is to get the Boeing set to fly with the Boeing, and then hopefully, knock on wood, update the rig so that I can stream actually me flying. It won't be a majority of times I'll stream flying, but it will give you the sense that even the controller can fly occasionally. So the hope is to get the Boeing set, update the rig so that we can do some flying. Right now, if I use it, the rig gets a little overheated and the stream goes stop. We were doing some streaming that was earlier that was flying, and it just wasn't happening. My hope, so I have a 3D printer at home. I got it from online. My hope is actually to 3D print a majority of a sim for the A320. I know it will cost me a lot of money, but $500 is cheaper than an A320 fully overhead. You're looking at $10 to $15 to $20,000. So yeah, but my hope is to build an A320 cockpit to be my own. I will definitely record the build. I will put it in the Discord channel when we start building it. Again, another thing is I want to get a separate set of computers for that. I have a buddy of mine, Pat Fuge. Some of you might follow him on on YouTube. He's not streaming right now because he just moved. But he has a full 737 cockpit that he had. He actually had to take it all apart because he moved. So my hope is to have a full Airbus cockpit. I'm hopefully going to get that. My goal is to bring the printer up to this office. It's downstairs in my garage right now. But to connect it to the computer so I can start printing during the day, and we can start building this sim and putting it all together, and hopefully have it ready to go within 6 to 8 months. So it's a lot of printing, I will tell you. But even like the 3D stuff, the print to get the panels, the total cost I think of the full sim was like $170. Where do I join the Jackson facility? You join it at vatusa.net. Make sure you choose the Jacksonville facility. Have you seen the announced mini panels for Mini Cockpit? I have a mixed review on them. We'll see what happens. I'm interested to see how they go. The thing that I really want it to feel like I'm actually like in there. That's the one thing I told my buddy Pat. I said, dude, I'm jealous of you because when you fly, he doesn't have it's not full motion. He's sitting stationary, but he has full immersion. He has 3, I think they're 80-inch screens, plus the cockpit over the top of it, plus all the paneling and everything. I mean, it looks unbelievable. But you think about that immersion that you're into, and that's my hope, is to give that same immersion to me. Check out Atlanta, make sure they didn't change anything on us. Doesn't look like they did. So this is going to go to 32. There's this handoff. Spirit Wings 2119, contact Atlanta Center 125.62. See ya.
Contact Atlanta Center, Spirit Wings 2119. See you.
We're down to 3, and we're getting close to 2 here because this guy is going to cross out of my airspace. Just parked at Atlanta, currently sitting on the tower frequency, listening to him yell at a departing Delta flight that doesn't know where they're going. LOL. Oh, I wonder where they could have learned how to do that correctly. Here. TSX Tiger, you should have given him the link to fake weather, fake planes. Said, hey, watch this. Looks like ZMA's going bye-bye. Bye, ZMA, we miss you. How do I fly an ILS? And that's the issue, is we get so much of that. It's like, come on. Exactly, and this is where I kind of feel VATSIM has failed on the training side, is to not give people that training of what does it mean to fly an ILS? What does it mean to fly RNAV to a SID? And that's what my hope is here at Fake Weather, Fake Planes. I know this week we're going to talk about the final portion, flying an ILS, flying an RNAV, flying a visual, and what the phraseology stuff of it is. Again, I won't tell you how to fly your plane because we haven't built that side yet. But, we'll talk about what the phraseology you need to say and what you need to report on a visual. We'll talk about different types of visuals, like if you fly into Washington National, the river visual. You're not calling the airport in sight. You're calling the river in sight. Huh? What? More fun to come. American 221 leaving my airspace to the south. Miami just went offline. He was having issues with his audio for VATSIM. Radar services are terminated. Frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight. United 221 leaving my airspace to the south. Miami is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight.
Sorry, frequency change approved. I heard American United 221. Thank you very much.
And, this is why we've made fake weather. And I always tell people, I know Twitch does not save longer than a week. Sorry, I was hoping it would save more. But if you, go into our Discord, give people the Discord channel, get them to see this stuff, it will help them out a lot. It's on vatusa.net, I think, or .org, one of the two, .something. And in the right-hand corner, you'll have a drop-down after you log in, and you can start choosing your facility on that side for the VAT USA stuff, if I remember right. I'm going to actually log in and remind myself because it's been a while. VATUSA.net. Yep, it's on the right-hand side. You go to the login. You log in first. I'm going to log in here. Been in it forever. And then my VATSIM, you just see something that says transfer request. And you do that. Oh, so if you're in the academy, I think there's something in the training. I don't remember exactly where in the academy it is. That seems to have such a comprehensive training process for controllers. Too bad it's free for all. And that's another gripe we've had as controllers, saying it's not fair to us that pilots don't get trained. But they expect people just to learn. But I say it a couple times is everyone, they want people to get private pilot's license in the network version of private pilot's license. And I'm going, how many people are flying a Cessna 172? Let's look at the aircraft in the airspace. A320, C-25 Charlie, A321, 737-8, A320, 737-8, 737-8. You can see where I'm going here. A320, SF-50, cool. Allegiant, here we go. A320. So people are not flying, and it just makes it a problem. People are not flying the C-172, so doing a training class that starts at C-172 is a joke. People want to fly at the higher level, and that's what my hope with Fake Weather, Fake Planes, when I start we're going to hopefully get the Moodle stuff online to give that, quote, type rating, so that we can educate people, because if we don't do it, no one's going to do it. We're going to continue having these problems. It's going to drive people nuts. And I don't want to drive people nuts. I want us to have a good experience here on the network. Forgetting to set their transponder. That should be like the second thing. If you get that frequency, departure frequency, transponder. So Torch Medic had said it, my problem is that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can sign onto the network as it stands with a 747-800, A380, 800 without knowing how to handle an aircraft that big or use automation that comes with it without knowing its concept behind it. I try to help when I can, but I can't fly people's planes as the controller. Exactly. We can't. And there is things in VATSIM to say, well, pilot needs to be competent. Okay, what's the definition of that? There's a whole argument on pilot competency. So, it becomes a situation of, how do we train people? And that's what I hope to do. Wall up every one of them, yeah. But that's what I hope to do with these Moodle courses, is to give an option for people to be able to take a type rating. That's not going to take them 17 hours to watch a video. It's going to be, this is the basics of how to tune your radio, how to put in a frequency. That's what the VATSIM side of stuff, with the IFR and VFR clearance stuff, the IFR and VFR stuff. Basic things so that when you can be on the network, you can feel confident about what you're doing. This actually triggered last night when I was thinking about it. Was someone said that they were not confident about doing holds. I said, how do I make that a practical thing? How can I practically help someone? And this is the way we're going to be able to do it, is to give that practicality of, you can do those holds. It's okay, because you've tested them offline. You've done them enough offline that you can do it. Echo Romeo Yankee 385, cross Jags at flight level 240. Echo Romeo Yankee 385, cross Jags at flight level 240.
Jags 240, Erie 385. Thank you.
You're welcome. So hopefully, like I said, I'm hoping to get it done before the end of April, to have those Moodle courses online, to have it so you earn something, unique, and make it so it's something that you really feel like you accomplished something, and that you understood, that you feel just confident about getting on the network, especially with the phraseology side of stuff. I want you to feel confident, and there's going to be practicing things and all sorts of stuff. You'd be surprised, Torch Medic, they can't. And it goes back to that competency issues. And that's what my hope is to be able to give, basic, how to do a hold, how to program a radio frequency. I mean, I've had people on the network that don't know how to program a squawk code. I'm not kidding you. And you're like, really? How do you not know how to program a squawk code? I want to cry.
Check center, Delta 1030, 19 for 230.
Delta 1030, Jacksonville Center. Good evening. Climbing tempo 350. That'd be the cap of your climb.
Okay, we'll continue to 350 and call it a night, Delta 1030.
We've banged our heads here many times. Some of you might have saw that a couple of days ago. So it's a hope that fake weather, fake planes can grow some more. We can bring in the pilot side of stuff and bring something that I think is desperately needed to ZJX, to the VATSIM community. Are we running 2 highs and a low? Yes, it's 2 highs and a low. It's east-west high split and 1 low on the 15. I have the east side, 30 has the west side. He is getting a nice line of traffic right there. I'm guessing, is that, be interesting to see, because it's all Delta, so it's got to be a Delta VA flight, yep. I saw Fly Delta Virtual flying from Houston to Tampa. That was a good flight. see. It's been, I think, enough time I can send out that link again. I don't like spamming the network too much with the link to the Twitch page, but it's a way we get people to notify this stuff. Dave! Everyone give a round of applause for Dave. Dave. Good evening, Dave. Dave, this is what happens when Mike's like got nothing to do. He's got 3 planes in his airspace, so he gets to talk and say stuff. It's kind of a quiet night, but we are triple split. 2 highs, 1 low. Got a couple different Tracons online. I see we've got Orlando online, Jacksonville online. And this is while Fun and Sun's going on. I know the crowd at Fun and Sun has been having a lot of fun. One thing I've always been confused on is if my plane will constantly fly the hold until I tell it to exit. It will constantly fly the hold until you tell it to exit. It will not exit unless you tell it to exit. And the thing is to remember, so when you come into a hold, you're cleared to the hold. When you're leaving a hold, you're cleared out of the hold to your destination. Okay, so it's going to be, you're cleared to Orlando International via direct Ormond Beach VOR, rejoin the Bith 07 arrival. Okay. So it will always stick there. I will tell you, every plane that I've had stuck it. So Miami says they're back online, but I'm not believing it. They got one over the ocean, the United 221, that he hasn't picked up the track on yet, so might be still having issues. That does happen occasionally. 2 hours into this event tonight with the Atlanta event, they are going, even after the 11 o'clock hour, they are going on. They've been starting since 8 o'clock this morning. I go, you guys are psychotic. They're going on till late. Ooh. Just a heads up, you're not supposed to do 320 at 5 MSL. 250 under 10,000, please. Write that down. 250 under 10. You don't know how many people I've said that to, and they're they're doing like 320 at 2,000 feet on a final. You're like, you're never gonna stop. You're never, ever gonna stop. I don't know what the fly-by-wire was doing, but it was only accelerated and managed speed mode. Might want to figure out what's going on there. Something wasn't programmed. I'm going to approach when I say speed. It's all good. He understands. It's the people that stay online when they, something's going drastically wrong and then they go, I don't know. The autopilot told me to do it. Which one, Nate? You're at Daytona? Who is my ground controller? I don't have a Daytona ground controller. Is it Jax, maybe? I know Jax doesn't have a ground. Oh, Orlando. Alejandro. AJ. Yeah, he's hilarious. AJ's actually a Embry-Riddle student. I think he's on his 4th year there. Really good guy. Really good guy. Bringing a good future to the ZJX RTAC. So one of us who are of the older age get ready to retire. I know, Nate. Joking around on VATSIM. How dare we have a fun time? We can't have that around here. That's not allowed in VATSIMs. We can't have fun. No fun on VATSIM. I think I got yelled at one time from a controller for making a joke. I was like, okay, calm down. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt your immersion. We joke about that now. It's ruining people's immersion. How many times do I see a 747 800 in Southwest colors? Ruining my immersion. And yes, that has happened. I've seen a Southwest 747 800. I've seen a Southwest A320. I've seen a JetBlue 787. Fun is secured until further notice. Thank you, Mango 4519. Make sure to press that follow button and get notifications when we do this stuff. What's the Jack center frequency for the lower altitude? It is 15, so 133.32. So, Nate, if you're in 2020...
Center Delta 1030 as I level off 350. May request a few minutes out of the cockpit.
Yep, make that pretty quick. You got about no more than 8 minutes. After that, I got to get you over to the other center.
Roger that. I was thinking 3 to 5, so I'll be back with him then. Delta 1030, and I'll check back in.
Awesome, thanks. Looks like Atlanta changed their IDS again. Let's figure out which controller we're handing off. So they look like they merged up a lot of the bottom, which is good. So everything going to 20. Mango 45, well, hello from ZME. Well, welcome. But Nate, 15, if you're in 2020 and you have the Orlando issue, you need to update to the payware. I hate saying, not saying you have to do it, but it fixes every one of your problems. If you're in X-Plane, I don't know what's going on in that thing. I fly into Orlando, and it looks like the Jersey barriers are in the way. And you're like, huh? Why is there Jersey barriers in the way? The Orlando payware is awesome.
230.
Boeing 491 Jacksonville Center, good evening. Boeing 491, climb maintain 410.
Maintain 410.491.
Well, you'll be happy to check in with me. Yay.
Jacksonville Sun, good evening, Boeing 23, flight level 180 for flight level 230.
Boeing 23 Jacksonville Center, good evening, climb maintain 430.
Should climb maintain level 430, Boeing 23.
But yeah, the payware for Orlando for Microsoft, they did a really good job. People go, it's not perfect. I'm like, neither is it.
Then I give you Rouge 1681 with you, flight level 230.
Rouge 1681 Jacksonville Center, good evening, climb maintain 350.
Flight level 350, 1681.
But they did a really, really good job. They don't pay me to say that. This is me, literally someone who goes and flies into that airport all the time. They did a really good job. Really worth getting that airport. The payware does have the South Terminal in it. So if you're looking to fly in the JetBlue International Terminal, it's got it in it. Just the way it is right now because they haven't finished the project yet. American 1556, contact Miami Center, 135.17. See ya.
3517, American 1556. Have a good evening.
You too. But it does have the Terminal C in it. I really like the payware. They fixed all the problems with it. It looks really good. I think they did a really good job on it. If loading my sim didn't crash the stream or anything, I would show it to you guys. But as I said, it doesn't really like it. Yep. As I said, my hope is to be able to update this rig. You can't really see it. It's right here.
Delta 1030 back with you.
With some good stuff in it. 1030, welcome back. So that we can do some more. My hope is to actually give you a tower view. So that when I'm working the center, be able to go to a tower view in Microsoft Flight Sim, and you can actually see the planes land. We'll say land. Some people don't land. Some people crash. They crash quite often, too. You watch it and you go, I think you broke a strut. Maybe. It was only one time. It wasn't you, salty as butter. I've had it when I've gotten, like, if I'm wanting this tower view so I don't have to run the whole thing, and just seen some people just boom, and you're like, oh, that left a mark. Delta 1030 contact, Jacksonville Center, 135.92. See ya.
135.92. See ya.
I've seen people somehow hit mountains that you go, that's not even there. So, the fun sometimes of watching people fly in Microsoft Flight Sim and the psychotic things they can do. Like crashing on a runway. I've had people, like, they'll call in, they'll say, hey, I can't see the field, and it's like VMC conditions, not a cloud inside. I can't see the field. You're like, how can you not see the field? I'll load up the sim. There's not a fog anywhere, and I can't see the field. You're like, dude, you need to go update your stuff. And I'll check with them. You know, I understand some people don't fly with other weather, but, you know, it's like, I can't see this. I can't see the field. I can't see the field. I'm like, did you turn on live weather? Oh, yeah, it's on. And I'll load up live weather and be like clear as day. You're like, yeah, you didn't load up live weather. Nice try. I was born during a day, not yesterday.
Jack Center, good evening. Delta 1497, holding 230.
Delta 1497, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climbing tempo 350. That'd be the cap of your climb.
All right, up to 350, and that's final for Delta 1497.
I gotta remember to do a point out approved. I always forget about this one. CRC handbook. Oops. CRC VAT sim. Let's see. I'm gonna have to write this down someday so I remember how to do it. Point outs. There it is. Point outs. It is QPA. QPA. Oops. Got two planes going pretty fast up. Boeing 23, I need to turn left 20 degrees for me. I'll put you back on course into Florence here in just a second here. Just trying to make space so DC doesn't have a conniption.
We'll turn left by 20 degrees, right, 23.
We do have some of the greatest controllers here. Or at least we fake it. took off after line up and wait. It happened so heavily. Echo Romeo Yankee 385, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
3332, area 135, correction 385. See you.
The fun of VATSIM tonight. Boeing 491, contact Washington Center 126.87. See ya.
126.87, Boeing 491, we'll see you.
Boeing 23, contact Washington Center 126.87. Just tell him you're on what heading you're on so that he knows that you're not going over the top of the other guy.
Roger, that's copied. Washington 126.87, Boeing 23.
Down to not many aircraft. But we have 3 centers open. That's what happens. Down to 2, actually. 2 aircraft total. Delta 1497, contact Jacksonville Center 135.92. See ya.
135.92 for Delta 427. We'll see you.
Atlanta has 6. Yep, they are loaded up in Atlanta. But, hey, that's Atlanta. We have 3, and I will tell you I am tracking 1 aircraft. 1 single aircraft. So it's not like it's a crazy night out here. And I can tell you the other center is controlling 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, excuse me, 5 aircraft. So between the 2 center sectors right now, the 2 high center sectors, we're controlling 6 aircraft total. So kind of quiet night, which is fine. Let's look at the Atlanta craziness. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Atlanta, nothing coming from us, nothing coming from that area. Just a 6 aircraft there, 5 aircraft here. So I'm wondering if this event has kind of fizzled out just a little bit, that people are just a little done with it.
Center, hello, November 2-1 Charlie on the ground, 7-hour request IFR to Jacksonville.
If you're on the ground at Savannah, contact the lower center, 133.32.
123.32, thank you, November 2-1 Charlie.
Gaining some aircraft here. Guy going to Raleigh. And a guy going to... It's up to you. It's kind of dead. Yeah, let me transfer over to 30 though, because 66 doesn't pick up everything. Keep the two that you handed off to me, or actually no, they're coming from low. Let me get a chance to hand these off to you, and then I'll come over to yours.
Jackson, United 1440, flight level 230.
United 1440, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 320, and then contact Jacksonville Center 135.92.
Up to 320, and then over to 2592 for United 1440.
Jacksonville Center, Southwest 325, climbing flight level 210 for 230.
Southwest 325, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 350.
Up to 350, Southwest 325.
And contact Jacksonville Center 135.92.
3592, Southwest 325.
Rouge 1681, contact Jacksonville Center 135.92. See ya. Rouge 1681, contact Jacksonville Center 135.92.
Say again for 1681, sir.
Contact Jacksonville Center 135.92.
2592, roger, thank you.
So we are merging up the stuff. So we're going to deactivate this session. Gonna reactivate, disconnect, and reactivate as Jax 30, the primary. And give me 1 second here. Go for it.
I just got those two guys in the south from Miami. Besides that, you know the Delta 3 cruising on your head, data 1497 cruising, Boeing 380 is cruising. The guys over the Gulf are already over to Miami. Besides that, Houston's offline, and Miller's online. Do you have any questions?
No questions. My control, Bravo Echo.
Jacksonville Center, good evening. Rouge 1681 with you, flight level 350.
Rouge 1681, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Welcome back. Delta 1030, contact Atlanta Center on A frequency. Give me 1 second here. Contact Atlanta Center on 125.57. So we have gained control of everything now. Yay, more people to watch. I'll also program this in here so that we make sure we get all the transponders and everything that needs to be in there. TXRX that. There we go. 76. There we go. Much better.
Yeah, Jax, Frontier Flight 319, 300 for 35.
Frontier 319, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jacksonville Center, Sky 173 at flight level 350 out of Fort Lauderdale.
Sky 173, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 1386, flight level 370, looking for 5 out of cockpit.
Delta aircraft, just the call sign?
Delta 1386.
Delta 1386, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Descend and maintain flight level 350, please.
350, this is 1386.
Jack Center, American 2871, flight level 190, climbing 230.
American 2871, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain flight level 330, that will be the cap of your climb.
330 to American 2871, no problem.
Spirit Wings 388, cross Mady at 11,000. Tampa altimeter is 3018. Spirit Wings 388, cross Mady at 11,000. Tampa altimeter is 3018.
Jacksonville Center, JetBlue 1042, checking in. Flight level 220 for 230.
JetBlue 1042, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain flight level 350, that will be the cap of your climb.
250, JetBlue 1042.
350.
350, 1042.
Delta 1386, request 5 out of cockpit.
Delta 1386, say again.
Request 5 minutes out of cockpit.
I can give you 2.5.
Never mind. I'll just stay here then, 1386.
So I guess it wasn't important. Southwest 325, proceed, direct Larry.
Direct Larry, Southwest 325.
JetBlue 1042, direct Larry.
Direct Larry, JetBlue 1042.
Delta 1386, direct Larry.
Direct Larry, 1386.
We're all getting shortcuts tonight.
Nope, not everybody.
Well, we appreciate it, 1042.
Sorry, Sky 173. I just trying to make space. That's why they're direct.
Oh, that's not a problem.
And November 22, Mike Papa, join the stream out level 180, climbing level 230.
22 Mike Papa, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain level 300.
Climbing level 290, number 22 Mike Papa.
That'd be 300, 300, 300.
302 Mike Papa.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 6312, with you at flight level 410.
Delta 6312, Jacksonville Center, good evening, ident.
Jack Center, hello, WestJet 1228, about 10 out of Leopard, descending to level 357.
WestJet 1228, you said you're, oh, there you are, WestJet 1228, Jacksonville Center, ident for me. Reset transponder, squawk 4217 and ident.
All right, 4217, and we'll ident for WestJet 1228.
Delta 6312, radar contact about 150 miles south of Pensacola VOR. Something I've always wondered, if you have the aircraft on scope with the call sign, why do you need to identify? Why got a radar identify you? That's why I need you to ident. Because if I don't radar identify you, then all I see is a number. Can't confirm it. And all those joining us, making sure to press that follow button. Get notifications when we're on. If you can, subscribe. Thank you, Jerome L. 1973. Thank you, Delta Maniac Mechanic. America 2871, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. See ya.
125.57, America 2871, good day.
And thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Thanks a lot. Frontier 319, descend via the Grinch 5 arrival. Orlando is landing a direction. They are landing to the... if I can find it. Where'd it go? They're landing to the south. Orlando altimeter is 3019.
Alright, the Grinch 5, we're landing south and 3019, Frontier Flight 319.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 6441 is with you, flight level 390.
Delta 6441, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Thank you for the ident. Radar contact, 150 miles south of the Pensacola Airport. Good evening. I switched accounts.
Jack Center, Cactus 1021, flight level 254, climbing 340.
Cactus 1021, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain about 340.
Climb flight level 340, Cactus 1021.
Good evening, Jack Center, Frontier Flight 346, flight level 230.
Frontier 346, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jack Center, United 1630, if possible, could we step away for 3 minutes?
WestJet 1228, got your radar contact over the Craig VOR. Descend via the Seinfeld 1 arrival. Actually, descend via the Get Out 1 arrival. Orlando landing to south. Orlando altimeter is 3019.
We'll change for the Get Up 1, landing south for WestJet 1228.
November 930 Tango Bravo, descend and maintain 11,000. Gifted 5 tier 1s. Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Delta 1612, can we step away for about 2 minutes?
Delta 1612, 2 minutes, fine. Thank you so much for those 5 gifted tier 1 subs.
And Jax, WestJet 1228, can you confirm the arrival for South Landing?
Get Out 1, GTOUT. You may not have it in your FMC. It's the same as the Seinfeld 1 going south.
Yeah, I only have it for landing. Oh, I see it now, thanks.
Spirit Wings 388, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32.
12332, Spirit 388.
133.32.
13332, Spirit 388.
A lot of threes.
Frontier 346, climb and maintain. Actually, give me 1 second here. Yeah, climb and maintain, flight level 300.
Up to 300, Frontier Flight 346.
Actually, Frontier 346, hold it, that climb's going to go up to 290. Climb maintain 290, please.
Roger, we'll stop our climb at 290 for Frontier Flight 346.
For those joining us here at Fake Weather, Fake Planes, welcome to another edition of this craziness with an event in Atlanta tonight. And they are combining up some more stuff here, trying to see their splits. Looks like it's going to be a pretty easy night.
SonicDay.com 206-280.
.com 206, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Evening. Any chance direct Kapu for the RNAV 13?
Can't give you direct to nothing.
Okay, no problem. Any idea how long until we're able to get that?
Probably not at all. Honestly, you won't. You'll get it from the approach controller. That's about it.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Sorry, there's too much airplanes going through the airspace.
Yeah, no worries at all.
Delta 1497, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. See ya. Delta 1497, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. See ya.
125.57 for Delta 1497. We will see you.
Back in the cockpit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacksonville Center, good evening, American 1046 250297.
American 1046, Jacksonville Center, good evening. American 2204, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. American 2204, contact Jack Center 133.32. Sky 173, proceed direct Larry.
Direct Larry, Sky 173, thanks.
Jack Center, good afternoon. Walker 3864 with you, level 350.
Walker 3864, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Walker 3864, proceed direct Larry.
Direct Larry 3864.
And looks like we got everything as normal here. Thus joining us, thank you for joining us here at Fake Weather, Fake Planes. My name's Mike from Fake Weather, Fake Planes. Thank you all for following along. Make sure to press that follow button and get notifications. And if you're not, press the subscribe button.
Jacksonville Center, hello, Delta 1036, follow board 330.
Delta 1036, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
And Center, Walker 3864, requesting leaving the cockpit for 10 minutes.
I can give you 5, sorry.
Alright, we'll take 5, 3864.
Yeah, it's 1630. Could we also take 5?
5, and it's got to be a very quick 5. Sorry, guys. Just a lot of traffic in the airspace.
Roger. We'll make it quick. 1630.
WestJet 1228, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32.
13332 for Jet 1228.
Especially you guys going to Atlanta, I'm going to have to throw you guys off course a little bit because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them all in about a 50-mile segment. So. Gotta get some space.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 1509 with you. Flight level 270 for flight level 370.
Delta aircraft, just a call sign.
Delta 1509.
Delta 1509, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jack Center, JetBlue 1042. Got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Are you wearing Dave Clark's?
Yes, I am.
How did you get those hooked up?
Microsoft Flight Sim, I won them at FS Expo.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, Jack Center, Spirit Wings 3065, level flight level 230.
Spirit Wings, aircraft is the call sign.
Spirit Wings 3065.
Spirit Wings 3065, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain level 360.
I'm maintain level 360, Spirit Wings 3065.
Frontier 346, proceed direct Larry.
Direct Larry, Frontier Flight 346.
Yeah, that's 1630, we're back.
Welcome back. .com 206, descend and maintain for level 240.
240.com 206.
Delta 6312, descend and maintain flight level 310.
310, 6212.
Delta 6441, descend and maintain flight level 310.
Descend and maintain 310, Delta 6441.
.com 206, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
3332.com 206. See ya.
Frontier 319, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
3332, see ya.
JetBlue 1042, say Mach number.
0.78, JetBlue 1042.
Can you maintain Mach 0.80? Is that too fast for you?
Oh, we should be able to do that, 1042.
Thank you. Maintain Mach 0.80, please.
Mach 0.80, 1042.
Frontier 346, say Mach number.
Mach 0.82, Frontier Flight 346.
Roger. Maintain that speed, please.
We'll maintain 0.82, Frontier Flight 346.
Delta 1386, say Mach number.
0.78, we pulled up your stream, it's pretty cool, 1386.
Thank you. Maintain Mach 0.78 for me, please.
We'll keep it on 0.78 for you, 1386.
Sky 173, say Mach number.
78 for Sky 173.
Roger. Maintain Mach 0.76 for me, please.
Down to 76 for Sky 173.
Spirit Wings 3065, say Mach number.
Spirit Wings 3065, we're on airspeed right now at 295, and we're planning to transition to 77.
Roger. In your transition, maintain 76 for me, please.
76 in the transition, Spirit Wings 3065.
Just trying to keep all the dots separated.
Center, JetBlue 1042, we could give you 0.82.
What you got right now is fine. If you want to give me 82, it's fine. It's more just behind you, just trying to keep keeping all the dots separated.
Roger. If you need our help, let us know. 1042.
Hi, how are you? 419, welcome to the stream. And Bring Fuel, thanks for the follow. Welcome. I know I'm dating myself when I say, Smash Mouth song, Gotta Keep Them Separated, is coming to mind right now.
Gotta keep them separated.
Man, now I'm thinking about Shrek.
Delta 6441 contact Miami Center 135.17.
135.17, Delta 6441. Have a good night.
Delta 6312 contact Miami Center 135.17. See ya. Had to think about
Over
that
to
for a
Miami.
second.
We'll see you in Twitch.
Jacksonville Center, Southwest 2306, level 290 to cross Duchy at level 240.
Southwest 2306, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
And November 22, Mike Papa, if you're going to cancel IFR and get flight following to Kilo Alpha Gulf Sierra, we lost autopilot.
22 Mike Papa, gonna have to descend down to 17,500 for that.
It's not 17,500. Number 22, Mike Papa.
So you gotta maintain the IFR, but once you get to 17,500, you can request the VFR.
Yeah, Roger, we just lost the autopilot.
Good evening, everyone.
Gotta fly the plane.
It's that piloting stuff that's sometimes tough. Delta 1509 descend via the Grinch 5 arrival, Orlando landing to the south. Orlando altimeter is 3019.
San Diego Grand 5 arrival, land to the south, 3019, 15 on the altimeter.
Gotta keep them separated. I need a soundboard with that on that. Thank you for everyone who's joined us tonight. Welcome to another version of Fake Weather, Fake Planes. If you haven't pressed that follow button, press the follow button. Get notifications when we do this stuff. And if you can, subscribe. For all of you who have subscribed, thank you and welcome to the channel. If you're not a part of our Discord, check it out. Discord link going up. Join us in Discord. Great resources to help in the future, to help people learn their aircrafts. I know that seems like a tough concept.
And Jack Center, Giant 8229, flight level 320.
Giant 8229, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Southwest 2306, contact Jacksonville Center, 133.32.
3332, so long, have a good night.
Southwest 325, contact Atlanta Center, 125.57.
2557, Southwest 325, we'll see you.
Spirit Wings 3065, maintain Mach 0.74 for me, please.
Mach 74, Spirit Wings 3065.
Jacksonville Center, good evening. JetBlue 1861 flight level, climbing through 293434.
JetBlue 1861, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Things have seemed to calm down a little bit, which is a good thing. We are running high-low here, so I'm the high sector, Jack's 30. I have a 15 on below me. I have some Tracons below me. Trying to keep the Atlanta guys separated. You can see a bunch of people coming up. Trying to keep about 10 miles separation between each one of them. This little CRR guide gives me the heads up of where they're going to cross this. L is Larry. That's what the L is. So this is a good separation. This is good. This is good. This one's a little tight, so we're trying to make some space.
Jack Center, good evening, American 1932, level 350.
Aircraft calling, just the call sign.
American 1932.
American 1932, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Trying to find you here. American 1932, I see you went Atlanta to Miami, just trying to find, oh, there you are. Good evening. So we got some space building. It's not the best of space, but you can see we're up to 6 miles in there, trying to get to 10. That's the goal. We want to make Atlanta somewhat happy and not want to hurt me. You're doing so well. Thank you, Green Alex. Got to keep them separated. That's the role of a ZGX controller. Got to keep them separated. Delta 1036. Are you at Mach 0.77 still?
Negative Mach 0.79.
Roger, reduced to Mach 0.76 for spacing.
7 reduced to Mach 7.6 to 1076.
Trying to keep some spacing here. Building some there. That's a little bit.
In Jack Center, Giant 8229, we'd like to step out of the flight deck for a couple of minutes.
That's fine. Don't think I can fly manually for 20. That'd be tough. Team Mike Papa, I thought you were going to be VFR. Headwinds. Rouge 1681 contact. Atlanta Center 132.97. Good evening.
2297 for Rouge 1681. Good night, sir.
Atlanta's going to conniption a little bit with all these restrictions, all these people going that direction. But that's okay. Not my problem. He's going over, I think, to right around Augusta area. So he's going to go around to 10. Sounds like a them problem. Exactly. November 22, Mike Papa, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
125.57, see ya. Wish me good luck.
Jacksonville Center, Air Canada 189, flight level 220.
Air Canada 199, Jacksonville Center.
Air Canada 189?
Just saying hello. Air Canada 189, climb maintain flight level 370.
370, Air Canada 189, sorry.
No problem. I'm going to give a bunch of aircraft over. Oops, wrong one to give it to. T10. My trigger finger is just triggering to give over more aircraft.
JetBlue 1861 would like to step out for a few seconds.
People watch me all the time. It's kind of fun. JetBlue 1042, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. See ya.
Atlanta Center, JetBlue 1042. Stream looks great. See ya.
Thank you so much. United 1630, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. See ya.
25.57, United 1630, see ya.
Delta 1509, contact contact Jacksonville Center 133.32.
133.32, Delta 1509, doing a great job. See ya.
See ya. Cactus 1021, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Descend maintain flight level 240, Cactus 1021.
And for those joining us on the stream, make sure to like and follow, do the follow thing and get notifications when we're online. And if you can, subscribe.
Jack Center, good evening, Frontier Flight 3976, flight level 358 for 390.
Frontier 3976, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jacksonville Center, Westjet 25, 21, flight level 370.
WestJet 2521, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Frontier 346, contact Atlanta Center on 125.57. See ya.
125.57, Frontier Flight 346. You did a good job tonight.
Delta 1386, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. See ya.
125.57. Thank you, Strings. Looking great. Appreciate you being online. Great night.
You're welcome. JetBlue 1861, climb maintain level 350.
JetBlue 1861 Bay.
JetBlue 1861, Roger. Welcome back. And I'll give you higher in just a second here. Just got one plane to cross past you. Spirit Wings 3065, does it maintain flight with 350?
350, Spirit Wings 3065.
Oops. 7. 2. American 1932, contact Miami Center 135.17. See ya.
135.17. See you, American 1937 or 1932.
Sky 173, does that maintain flight with 330? This is just for a traffic. Actually, no, maintain 350. Excuse me, ignore that. Maintain 350.
Oh, roger that. I have the traffic.
Yep, he's crossing below you. Should be no factor.
Jacksonville Center, so $18 is climbing through flight level 290 up to 350, $18.
$18, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jacksonville Center, United 147.
United 147, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb maintain flight 350.
Maintain flight level 350, United 147.
Jacksonville Center, American 2264, climbing through flight level 290 now.
American 2264, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jacksonville Center, RC 2521, cross taking flight level 390.
WestJet 2521. Give me a second here. You want 350, you said?
390.
Oh, climb maintain flight with 390.
390, 2521.
JetBlue 1861, climb maintain flight with 350.
Step.
JetBlue 1861, climb maintain flight with 350.
JetBlue 1861.
Cactus 1021, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
3332, have a good night, Cactus 1021.
Sky 173, contact Atlanta Center on 125.57.
2557 for Sky 173. Thanks for the ATC. Good night.
Spirit 365, contact Atlanta Center 125.57. Spirit 365, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
For Spirit Wings 3065?
Yep.
2557, Spirit Wings 3065.
Frontier 3976, descend via the Grinch 5 arrival. Orlando landing to the south. Orlando altimeter is 3019.
All right, 3019, descend via the Grinch 5. Orlando's south, Frontier 3976.
Atlanta, good evening. Delta 1720, flight level 360.
This is not Atlanta. Delta 1720, you have not contacted Atlanta, so I can't respond to you.
Or my apologies, Jack Center, Delta 1720.
Ah, thank you so much. I felt better. Delta 1720, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Going to Augusta. Yeah, I had a couple yesterday for the last couple events, so go watch some golf. Though we got a little bit of an issue here with a Jack's departure going to Atlanta. Going to interrupt the streamline here.
Jackson, Southwest 246 through flight level 184, flight level 230.
Southwest 246, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 330, turn right, heading 360 vectors for sequencing.
Right heading 360 up to flight level 330, Southwest 246.
Jack Center, KC 98, come through 19,000 for 230.
Kansas State 98, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain flight 370.
Was that 370 for KC 98?
That's affirmative.
Hey, thank you. Happy birthday.
No. I got a pilot deviation number for you.
We're ready to copy KC 98.
I think Chicago still has one. They have a lovely number that you can call with a pilot deviation. You're like, yeah.
I guess that means you can wish him a happy birthday by phone.
Actually, I believe Chicago RTAC still has a phone number for their pilot deviation. It's kind of interesting. I got to find it again. United 147, contact Washington Center 126.87. See it.
2687, and I'll tell him happy birthday.
Jackson, 2006, come through 220 for 230, and happy birthday for the second in a row.
Delta 2286, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Proceed direct Larry, climb, maintain, flight level 350. That'd be cap of your climb.
350 and direct to Larry, Delta 2286.
Southwest 246, turn right, heading 090.
Right heading 090, South 246.
Walker 3864, can you give me Mach 0.80?
0.80, you got it, 3864.
Thank you. American 1046, contact Miami Center on 135.17. See ya.
Miami 13517, I'll send that phone number in your chat.
Thank you, because I used to have it on hand. It was a great phone number. Cream cheese 35. Yeah, that's the number. If you want to listen to it, it's absolutely great. It's absolutely wonderful. I was thinking of making one when I was ZJX ATM. I was like, that was going to be the best thing. Southwest 246, continue the right turn, heading 180.
Right heading 180, South 246. Are we getting put to the back of the line?
Yeah, it's just there's just literally two planes that you were right on top of, so you're just getting pushed behind the two planes.
Yeah, no problem. I get it.
Jackson, Delta 1055, level 350.
Delta 1055, Jacksonville Center, good evening. That number, I mean, if you call it, you'll just die laughing with what's there. So this 246, continue the right turn, heading 270.
Another 90 to the right, south 246.
How do I know what heading to give? Literally, it's trial and error. I knew I wanted to make him do a 360-degree turn because I want him to get right in the back of this line here. So once he passes the 180, I'm going to tell him proceed direct Larry and proceed him back on course. So it's all trial and error. Southwest 246, proceed direct Larry, proceed on course.
Direct Larry, south 246.
It looks like we lost another Atlanta one going. Boo. Heard a handoff. It's this guy going to Raleigh, but he's way too high for my dealings. I know I have an intermediate crossing restriction for the mateys. I have to look it up. When you run high and low, sometimes you got to look up what those restrictions were. We don't have one. Great. It's going to be heaven, I think. Heaven. Yep, it is. Delta 1720, proceed direct heaven, cross heaven at flight level 240.
Direct heaven, and we'll cross it at 240, Delta 1720.
Can I get on ATC whenever I want? Yes, actually. That's the great thing about VATSIM. As long as you're certified for the position, you can get on it anytime. I have controlled at 1 in the morning. Not advisable. I've controlled at 5 in the morning. Really not advisable. But you can get on it anytime you want to control. And don't feel sorry about questions. The great thing about the stream is we're answering questions. That's why we're here. That's what fake weather, fake planes are about, is educating so that you don't get harassed by ATC. You start at delivery and work your way up. So you start as delivery controller, work your way up to ground, work your way up to, actually, delivery and ground are kind of merged together. Work your way up, and then you got tower, TRACON, center controllers.
Southwest 346 with you at flight level 190, climbing 350.
Southwest 346, give a call at Jacksonville Center, 133.32. Just tell them where you are.
Can you repeat that, please, Southwest 346?
Contact Jack Center, 133.32.
Contact Jacksonville Center on 133.32.
Walker 3864, contact Atlanta Center, 125.57.
2557, we'll see you. Have a good day, 3864.
Delta 1036, contact Atlanta Center, 125.57. See ya. Delta 1036, contact Jack Atlanta Center, 125.57. See ya.
125.57, Delta 1036.
Just trying to get rid of aircraft here that are getting out of my airspace. Frontier 3976 to contact or Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
133.32, Frontier Flight 3976, guy.
This one going to Miami. Dropping them like flies.
Jacksonville, good evening. Air Shuttle 6148, 330, about 31 from Pyries intersection.
Air Shuttle 6148, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Good evening, and be advised, if we don't hear you due to some other things, if you could just put it in the chat, we'll do our best, though, to hear.
Roger.
That was 246. Can I get my climb to cruise?
Who was asking for climb to cruise?
That was 246. We're still at level 330 for that other traffic, or we can sit here if you want us to.
I got you. Got to have you sit there because you have the LOA with Atlanta.
Oh, okay, that's fine. New cruise 330, correct?
33.
Cool. And for the future, actually, go ahead with your calls. Let me know. I'm going to tell you something I think you'd like.
JetBlue 1861, contact Miami Center 135.17. See ya. JetBlue 1861, contact Miami Center 135.17. See ya.
3517, salute.
We're getting rid of them quick. Almost all of it out of the airspace now. Yeah. Are they to 20 now, or do we lose 10? Okay. I didn't see the change of the ASDAC, sorry. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, I didn't see if it changed. I just noticed they changed it literally 5 minutes ago, so sorry. Awesome, thanks. Southwest 246, contact Atlanta Center 126.42. See ya.
2642, see ya.
They opened up another sector. Ah, that's okay. Keeps me on my toes. Looks like we've calmed the traffic load down, so I can talk. It's great to have everyone. Thank you all for the following along. Thanks for all who have subscribed today. If you can subscribe, it means a lot to us. If you haven't joined us in our Discord channel, feel free to go visit. Great way to, there's some great learning opportunities in there. We're going to actually build some Moodle classes, which will be based more on basic operations of in VATSIM, including IFR and VFR stuff, and also kind of a typewriting thing for the common aircraft. And this is my gripe with VAT-USA, or VATSIM issue, I should say, is that quite often they start at, you got to learn the C-172, and you're like, eh?
Jacksonville Center Southwest 346, real check.
You got a radio, it works.
And Jack Center, good evening, Southwest 1737 with you, 260.
Southwest 1737, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Jacksonville Center, FedEx 1445, radio check.
It works.
And Jacksonville Center, I'm on the wrong frequency, but unable to contact Jacksonville Center on 133.133.325.
He's there. I'm 100% sure of it, and everyone's hearing him.
I can hear him. He can't hear me for some reason.
check your microphone.
Jacksonville Center, hello, this is Air Algeria 204, passing flight level 315 to 370, inbound Bravo, Uniform Lima, Zulu, India.
Delta Alpha Hotel 204, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Good evening.
Jack Center in Southwest 1737, get 380.
So the 1737, climbing tape out 380.
That's 380, thanks, 1737.
So it's 346. The other Jacksonville Center can't seem to hear me. I might be just out of the range. I'm not sure.
Jacksonville Center, FedEx 1445.
Go ahead.
He does not hear me. I've been trying since earlier. I can talk to you. I can't talk to him for some reason.
So text does work. Maybe there's no radar coverage in that area for some reason. I don't know what else to say to you. You're in the Shaw Air Force Base, so maybe there's no radar coverage. So send him a text message. I wish I could help you more. Do I have one for people that want to try being ATC? No, but it's something I could think about. Delta 1720, contact Jacksonville Center on 133.32.
13332, we'll see you at Delta 1720.
Good evening, Jacksonville Center, Southwest 28901 through 296 for 35.
Southwest 2891, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
Good evening.
The reason why I couldn't give him any instructions is I don't own that airspace. So I can't help him in any way, shape, or form. That's why I said text something just so, get the message to him. Maybe there's not, he's over the Shaw Air Force Base. Maybe there's not radar coverage there for some reason. Send a text message. It wouldn't hurt. So that's why I say that to him. It's like, it's not that I'm trying to be rude or anything. It's like I can't control what I don't own. Delta 1055 to send maintain flight level 310.
Confirm 250 for 1055.
310, 310.
310 for 1055.
Jacksonville, good evening, Delta 808, climbing through flight level 220.
Delta 808, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain flight level 330. Proceed direct Larry.
Direct Larry and 330 Delta 808.
Air Shuttle 6148, descend and maintain flight level 240.
And 240, Shuttle 6148, probably didn't miss that, thank you.
Jackson Center, American 594, direct for VAP, climbing and maintaining 230,000.
American 594, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain flight level 350.
350 for American 594.
Jacksonville Center, JetBlue 568 with you for level 370, direct Wacom.
JetBlue 568, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Proceed direct Larry, descend and maintain flight level 350.
Direct Larry to maintain flight level 350, JetBlue 568.
Jacksonville Center, good evening, American 1045, flight level 350.
American 1045, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Proceed direct Larry.
Direct Larry, 1045.
Southwest 346, you on frequency?
Southwest 346 on frequency with Pew.
Roger, I need you to ident for me, please.
Roger, give me a second. Southwest 346.
Ken State 98, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Ken State 98.
Southwest 346 radar contact just north of Gainesville. Proceed direct Larry.
Proceed direct Larry, Southwest 346.
Delta 1055, contact Miami Center on 135.17. See ya.
Miami 12517, good night. What's after that?
The crowd is thinning out here, which is good. Getting into the airspace of the north. Air Shuttle 6148, descend and maintain flight level 210, contact Washington Center 126.87. See ya.
Can you repeat that frequency for Air Shuttle 6148?
126.87.
All right, 2687, and we'll send 210 for Air Shuttle 6148.
It is stupid busy up in Atlanta right now. But that's their fault. No, they seem to be handling things pretty good tonight. So. I assumed it was going to be. Remember, it's a lot of people going out of a field, and they've been online all day long. Let's look. There's the line that I'm sending. Nothing that direction, so they should be able to get people out. I mean, there's still 26 on the ground, so yeehaw! Hold on tight. It can be. So sometimes when I'm sitting there waiting, like I've done Boston,
Jackson, good afternoon, American 329 is at flight level 340.
American 329, Jacksonville Center, good evening. I've gotten frustrated sitting on like the ground in Boston, can you get me out something?
Jack Center, JetBlue Flaps, just been simply over 5 minutes.
Make it quick 5. Southwest 2891, cross Mayor at flight level 240.
Mayor at flight level 240, Southwest 2891.
Good evening, SIBO Pro 11. Welcome to the stream. Make sure to press the follow button. Get notifications when we do this stuff. And if you can, subscribe. Those who are subscribers, you do get the special channels in the Discord. You get the subscriber-only channel, which will be loading up with stuff. Plus, you get voice options in the Discord, so you can have your own voice stuff. So make sure, become a subscriber, get all the cool stuff like that. Plus, you're going to be the subscribers. My goal is to give you guys early access to things like the training stuff, so you guys can have it before I do, before we release it out there. So. That sounds like the Lakeland Super didn't really do it event. Sounds 100% like the Lakeland event. It was the event. This was last Sunday, I believe. The event in Lakeland, they didn't staff it, and it was interesting. There were more Jax controllers on than there were for Miami, and it's a Miami event. Ask me how that worked. Thank you for the follow. Kent State 98 contact. Jacksonville Center 133.32.
We'll head over to Nick. You want us to tell him happy birthday as well?
Oh, 100%, please.
Got a happy birthday to you too. We'll see you.
Speaking of events, just a friendly reminder about what's coming up at the end of the month.
Home to ZJX's busiest Class Bravo. Now, home to Orlando Overload.
Contact departure 124.8.
The virtual Jacksonville Artex most immersive event.
Climb maintain 7,000.
Climb maintain 7,000.
Dozens of virtual controllers coming together for the ultimate experience.
Cleared ILS approach runway 35 right.
Cleared ILS 35 right.
Orlando Overload, live from NCO. April 27th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome to Orlando.
Welcome back. Welcome to Orlando. Not this Saturday, not the Saturday after that. That's across the pond. But Saturday after that. So 2.5 weeks from today is gonna be a really awesome event. It is it is 2 weeks from today. The 27th. Next week is across the pond for those who want to go and lose their minds. But the 27th, 2 weeks from today, ZJX live from Orlando. Gonna be a ton of fun. WestJet 2521, contact Washington Center 126.87. See ya.
Over to Washington, WestJet 2521.
Experiment 3791, cruising 370.
Spirit Wings 3791, Jacksonville Center. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, fun event, gonna be a ton of fun. If you can be on the network, be there. I will be there. Friendly faces, some of you might know Howard will be there, Eiler will be there, Damien will be there, Matt will be there. So, we're gonna have some of the best. Where I'm gonna be positioned, I have no clue. It probably be Orlando final, that's my guessing. Orlando's a great airport to fly out of. It's literally straight. And if you fly to the north, the departures just put you right on course. It's great. Easy enough. And we have 4 runways. 4 of them. So getting in and out is that quick. It is, Nate, it's back in use. They stopped paving it, I guess. I don't know what they were doing with that runway. It was like they've changed that thing crazily. Like, I think it's back in use. I'm pretty sure the NOTAMs put it back in use. Why do you see all the aircraft? I haven't put a filter on. That's why. And I don't filter because I want to see what else is going on around me. Yeah, they opened it back up, and then they closed it again. And I think it's opened back up again. Though when I came out in February, came out of Orlando, they was closed. They were doing something. So I think it's back up. I know the taxiways next to it, some of them are closed right now. They're just trying to, it's the future program of making Orlando into having like 75 million terminals so you get lost more than you already are. I mean, they already talked about making the other south terminal, Terminal D, is now already in the works. They haven't finished Terminal C, but Terminal D is in the works. It's easy to navigate, except when you need a rental car. You got to figure out which side you need to be on and get that stuff. JFK fell hard off, and that was because of the emergers that all occurred. Thank you for following Sing Exile. Tampa is a beautiful area. I've flown in and out of Tampa a couple times. I really like Tampa. It's a nice airport. Need some more food, though. Not a lot of food options, at least in the Southwest Terminal that I was in. Yeah, it needs more food there. That was my only gripe. Needs more food. Give me food. T20. We're going to 20 on these guys. Southwest 1737, contact Atlanta Center 126.42. See ya.
Route Atlanta Center, Southwest 1737.
I gotta remember the crossing restriction for matey. Matey. It's gonna be heaven. Spirit Wings 3791, cross heaven at flight level 240.
3791, cross heaven.
Cross heaven at 240.
Heaven at 240.
Southwest 346, contact Miami Center on 126.42. Excuse me, Miami. Yeah, contact Atlanta Center on 126.42. See ya. That's what happens when you ain't controlling too long. Southwest 346, contact Atlanta Center 126.42.
Southwest 346, contacting Atlanta Center. See you.
Jacksonville, Delta 595, flight level 275.
Delta 595, Jacksonville Center, good evening.
And for 3791, does that mean you want us to descend to 240?
No. You cross that fix at 240.
Oh.
So the descent would be at your discretion. You just got to make sure you cross that fix at 240. So you need to go to your FMC, put that fix as 240 next to it, or excuse me, your MCDU, and put 240 next to it, and make sure you cross that fix at 240.
Roger.
That's cheating.
Ain't cheating if you ain't trying.
Delta 595 request lower cruise altitude 350.
Roger, climb maintain both 350.
350 Delta 595.
Center for Air Algeria 204.
Go ahead, Algier 204. Go ahead.
Request flight level 390. If possible.
Climb maintain both 390.
390 Algeria 204.
You can tell the traffic load has definitely calmed down a lot. A lot of people are, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. But they're still kicking.
Air 791, can we get the track for Heaven?
Do you have the chart on board your plane?
Yeah, affirm.
That doesn't make me feel confident that you have the chart on board the plane.
Oh yeah, we're back.
Okay, so look at the chart and see what might respond as Heaven. I'll give you a hint. It starts with an H. I'm not saying anything. Southwest 2891, contact contact Jack Center 133.32. See ya.
33.32 for Southwest 2891. See ya.
Got one going to the
Jacksonville Center, Spirit 386, now approaching for about 270.
Spirit Wings 386, Jacksonville Center, continue climb, maintain about 340.
Qualify 340, Sprinter 386.
Going to the north, we're going to go to 43. Okay. Yep, we got TAFs in here now, too. If you want to know the TAF, there you go. Dave showed you how to do it.
I have to put the 595 by 2 minutes.
Okay. Air Canada 189, contact Atlanta Center 132.97. See ya.
32.97 Air Canada 189. See ya.
Delta 595, cross Heaven at flight level 240. Again, thank you everyone for following along on another edition of Fake Weather, Fake Planes. I am Mike from Fake Weather, Fake Planes. Tell your friends, family, parole officers,
Jackson American
co-workers.
594. Could we divert to Douglas, Charlotte Douglas?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get you a plan.
American 594. Thank you.
Delta 595 is back.
Welcome.
Jack Center, Spirit Wing 745 with you 290 for 370.
Spirit Wing 745, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Let's get him a plan from Savannah to, I think that's going to be the closest I can get him. Savannah to Charlotte.
Jacksonville Center, good evening. United 8825, passing flight level 255 for flight level 350.
United 8825, Jacksonville Center, good evening. American 594, I got that reroute for you. Advise ready copy.
American 594, ready to copy.
Roger, you're clear of the Charlotte Douglas Airport via radar vectors J. Ross, Juliet Romeo Oscar Sierra Sierra, flag Foxtrot Lima Lima Golf Golf, stock car 3 arrival.
American 594, J-Rod, flag, and say the star again.
Stock car 3.
So J-Rod, flag, and stock car free for American 594. Thank you.
American 594, readback correct. Proceed direct J. Ross. Proceed on course.
Proceed on course on J-Rod 594.
Everyone has found the TAF button going, yay! It's fine. That's what it's there for, everybody. T20. Another handoff to Atlanta. They're going to get a bunch of them here in a second here. 3 in a row. Delta 808, contact Atlanta Center on 126.42. See ya. Delta 808, contact Atlanta Center 126.42. See ya.
Atlanta on 2.42, thank you for service. Good evening, Delta 808.
Air LGO 204, contact Miami Center 135.17. See ya.
135.17, see you, sir. Good night.
Sugar UV 1530 with you, fly 360.
Yeah, 1530 Jacksonville Center, good evening. American 594, looks like you're making a left-hand turn. I need a right turn direct J. Ross.
Sir, good evening. American 831, passing weather 290, climbing 310.
American 831 Jacksonville Center, good evening. And we lost the Spirit Wings. Delta 595, you on frequency?
Delta 595, affirmative.
Roger, cross Heaven at flight level 240.
Heaven at flight level 240, Delta 595.
American 594, J. Ross is going to be a heading of about 030.
American 594 heading 030, correct?
Yep, and that should get you direct to J. Ross, and that puts you on course.
Okay, direct to J. Ross 030, correct.
Good evening, this is Delta 2505. See you, Hotel 320.
Delta 2505, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Don't see you on my scopes. Let me see where you're at. There you are. Delta 2505. Squawk for me 1553 and ident.
1553 and ident on 25 by 5.
Delta 2505 radar contact over Grinch. Descend and maintain flight with 310.
Descend 310, down 25 by 5.
American 1045, say Mach number.
787, American 1045.
Roger, can you maintain Mach 0.80 for me?
0.80, American 1045, roger that.
Thanks, just got a plane that just came in at Jax, just trying to keep them separated. JetBlue 568, contact Atlanta Center 126.42, see ya.
126.42, JetBlue 568, see ya.
For those joining us in the stream,
Jacksonville Center, Air Canada 1230, with you at 12,000 feet, climbing to flight level 230.
Air Canada 1230, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32.
133.32, Air Canada 1230.
Jacksonville Center, good evening, United 752, passing 170,000 for 230.
United 752, same thing for you. Contacted Jacksonville Center 133.32. Because they're way below my airspace? No, they're not. Keep them.
Jacksonville Center, Air Canada 1230, with you at 14,000 feet, climbing to flight level 230.
Air Canada 1230, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Climb, maintain flight with 330, and maintain 250 knots for me.
Climb and maintain flight level 330 and maintain 50 knots. Air Canada 1230.
Public.
American 831 cross. Excuse me, give me 1 second. I just gotta get the crossing restriction for you.
Sure.
American 831 cross Mayor at flight level 240.
Cross Mayor level 240, American 831.
Delta 595, contact Jacksonville Center 133.32. See ya.
133.32, Delta 595, see ya.
Jacksonville Center, good evening. United 148, flight level 370.
United 148, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Descend and maintain flight level 350. Proceed direct to Larry.
Down to 350, direct to Larry, United 148.
Sensor, American 831, confirm descent now.
American 831, it's a crossing restriction. You got to make sure you cross that fix, Mayor, at flight level 240.
Roger, cross Mayor, weather 240, American 831.
Oops, I sent them the wrong one. It's T20. Keep doing that. Air Canada 12, they're going to hold your climb at 310. That's going to be the top of your climb.
Flight level 310, Air Canada 1230.
And the transition, maintain Mach 0.74, please.
Maintain Mach 0.74, Air Canada 1230.
American 1045 contacted Atlanta Center 126.42. See it.
2642, American 1045, bye-bye.
Air Canada 1230 per Atlanta's request. Climb maintain flight with 290. Give them a call on 126.42.
Flight level 290, 126.42, Air Canada 1230.
Jacksonville Center, I am back. United 752 with you again.
Yeah, 752, Jacksonville Center. Good evening. Climb maintain for 360. You can monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight.
Climb 360 and monitor advisory 122.8. Have a good night there.
Delta 2505, close out the shop. Radar service terminal frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight. American 831, close out the shop. Radar service terminal frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight.
From contact 124.8.
United 8825, close out the shop. Radar service terminal frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight.
All right, have a good night. United 8825.
United 148, close out the shop. Radar service terminal frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight.
122.8, United 148. Good night.
American 329, contact Houston Center on 134.42.
3442, good night, American 329.
Spirit Wings 386, radar services terminal frequency change approved. Monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight. Spirit Wings 745, monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight.
Over to Unicom, Spirit Wings 745, I'll go to.
And for us here in the stream, that is it for tonight. Thank you for following along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this fun. Possibly one tomorrow night. Maybe see you there. And United 1530, you can monitor advisory 122.8. Have a safe flight. So we'll see you next time. This is Mike from Fake